Yes, sir. Top of the top. I want to thank y'all for tapping in with the Already Canceled Social Club. And if you guys could, would you please
like,
plus,
share,
and
subscribe?
That's what's up. Tap in. All right, look, we finna go into this equality topic. And, you know, it's a triggering topic sometimes to some people and shit, but you know what I'm saying? If you just really think about it and really like focus on what's said instead of like what you feel about what's said or how it's delivered and shit, then you'll be able to maybe learn and move on and shit. I mean, I have to do shit like that all the time because sometimes I listen to respond and get my counter instead of really take in and learn what a motherfucker's telling me. So, you know, that's one thing I'm working on with myself. But we're going to some equality shit right here. So we're going to chop it up and respond to this clip first.
What's not fair is that women and children are the first off of the Titanic. Mm-hmm. What's not fair is in any disaster, in any crisis, men are the ones who have to step up and they have to protect us. Right. What's not fair is that men work the vast majority of dangerous jobs. They die on the job. And you want to complain because it's not fair that you can't show your nipples? Yeah. Welcome to the conversation. Life isn't fair. Men and women are not equal. Equality is a false god. You don't get to be protected by men if you really want equality. Mm-hmm. Again, equality is a false god.
All right, Brains, what you got to say?
What's really not fair is just listen to these numbers right quick. So in 2020, you got 4,377 male occupational deaths, injuries that turn to death, compared to 387 women on the job that died on the job from some form of occupational injury that led to a death. Like, so, you know, women want to, you know, always scream equal pay or equality or whatnot, but we as men are out there doing all the heavy lifting, heavy burden things, putting our lives on the line, putting our bodies on the line.
Well, we already know the wage gap. That shit's been debunked like a million times over and over again. So we ain't gonna go into that and shit. And the dangerous jobs and shit, them the shits are dangerous because they're necessary for the infrastructure to thrive and shit like that. So these are jobs that actually make it possible for you to sit back and say you don't want a man, them old luxury jobs that you want to take. So you want the higher end of the air conditioned jobs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to lay no bricks. You don't want to take out no trash. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be plumbing. You don't want to do nothing with no pipes. You don't want to sweat no pipes. You want to be up there, with a tethered to a motherfucking iron beam.
No. How about in the 1920s when they were building up New York? They was up there walking and scaling them beams like tightrope walkers.
Speaking of the 1920s and shit, you don't, because they always be like, oh, remember that one clip we had? Well, we just didn't get to vote till like 120 years ago. We barely had the right to.
Give me a break.
Look, if you want to go back to the beginning, it's never been about equality, goddammit. It's been about equality without the responsibility. Facts. And you can look it up yourself and shit. Go and look it up. Women didn't want the right to vote. Y'all gonna hate me for that shit. Mm-hmm. Yes, women didn't want the right to vote. And you know why? Because the right to vote came with being drafted for war. Yeah, think about it. Do you want that? Even now to this day, well, they stopped it a little while ago, but they still didn't have that. Like I said, you want the equality without responsibility. So that's just my opinion on that shit anyway. So we're going to keep going and shit. I think we got another clip that we could get into right here. Now, this is from Melanie King. You go to her channel. She always has some nice content. This is from a comedian clip we got right here. I want y'all to check this out. Check this out.
Disagreeing a lot, sweetheart? Like what? Really? I went to one of them women's marches and we had a lot in common. I saw those girls screaming, "Free the nipple." That sounds pretty good. They were screaming, "We should be able to have sex with as many guys as we want." Yes, you should. If we get pregnant, we should be able to abort it. Hopefully. And we need to work so we can pay our half. Hallelujah. Fellas, get down here. It's happening. We've reached common ground. It was unbelievable. These women were fighting for the right to become the men they've always hated. Just walking around with their shirts off, fucking whoever, not worried about the kid. I'm like, y'all feminists or fuck boys? What is this shit?
Oh, shit.
That part.
I don't know if he
Message.
Seen what they did. But he did that shit to him. We flipped it on their ass. But
Message.
facts. Look, bro. So that's another thing about equality. And like me personally, I ain't even gonna go financially. Well, we could do that, but I've been there. I've made six figures for 4 or 5 years straight before. I started off before. I'm 6'4", so just start with that. So I got a fuckboy license. I done used that motherfucker up. You feel me? Like I done been on all aspect sides of it. You feel me? I was in the 20% of niggas that was getting all the pussy. So yeah, I done did my share of cheating. I done did my fair backsliding, my fair share of that shit, all of that shit. So I understand all the levels. You know what I'm saying? I learned to put my foot down and leave. And so that's what I recommend, man. If you don't have standards, you're gonna get done any motherfucking kind of way in a relationship. So get yourself together first, bro. Mind, body, and soul, spiritually, everything. Get your shit together. Then you'll be able to tether your shit to something else. And if it ain't moving at the same frequency you moving at, cut that shit off.
It's a lost cause.
What up, though?
I mean, you know, I feel the same way in the sense of like, you know what I'm saying? You know, if a motherfucker can't match your frequency and can't even see eye to eye in the most simplest things, because a lot of women just make arguments out of nothing sometimes, you know what I'm saying, just for the sake of being disagreeable or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or not wanting to just follow the path that your man is on right then at that time.
You know something that my granny told me that I mean, she told me at 13, but I didn't get it till I was 23. She was like, Baba, that's what she used to call me and shit. She like, Baba, you could disagree with what I'm saying without being disagreeable. And I really didn't get that shit until, you know, until I start dealing with like women and shit and different shit. But it's a way to disagree without being disagreeable. So it's like you said about being just the disagreeableness and just the unruliness and the disrespectfulness.
Yeah.
Where do you get that from? You know, I don't understand that shit. Like men operate with a different level of respect because we understand the threat of violence and the responsibility of the words that's coming out our mouth.
Right. Get them hands put on you, you know what I'm saying? You talk up something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You write that check, you don't cash it.
You know, so.
But. Oh, and it just crossed my mind and shit right now and shit. Motherfucker was talking on this one clip and shit I seen the other day. I be getting little inspirations and shit, so I wrote this shit down and shit. They was talking about domestic abuse and shit. We gonna do some numbers on that and talk about that too, because the main reason they be like, oh yeah, it was domestic abuse, so I left the marriage, or they be like, oh yeah, it was cheating. And when women cheat 2% more than men do, and domestic abuse is not
50-50, I believe.
It's about that, but even then, I was saying it's not like a over rampant thing, and like with all the relationships going on in the world, there's a very low percentage of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. You know, it's
mostly be shit. A lot of it be more women being abusive to their husbands or to their men.
Like you said, it's even. It's about even. But the one that's overwhelmingly committed by women is the unresponsive physical attacks. Like, okay, so there's more women that get to hit their men without the men hitting back.
Right, exactly.
So that's where the numbers skew on that. But other than that, it's 50-50. It's all bullshit. I'm shit. If I got to put my hands on you, I'm out of here. Fuck that shit. Okay, I'm going first.
Howdy.
Chunking up them deuces.
Hey, well, everybody, I hope y'all liked the show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Catch us again for another episode. And like I said, give us a like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'll really help us. Yeah, get bumped up in the algorithm. That's how they push you up. So you get them likes in there, them subscribes. Even if you don't subscribe, turn the notification on so you can know when some more content come out. Maybe you'll see something that after a while you'll be like, yeah, I want to subscribe. Those guys is cool. But like, share the video if possible. And I want to give a shout out to Melanie King for the clip of the comedy. And the TikTokers, keep doing your thing, man. It's an unlimited world of motherfucking fuck shit out there on there.
Facts.
Let's go.